Welcome, welcome into Henry's Guys, presented by Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating. I'm Neal McCready. Yeah, my house is a circus right now. I apologize. It is what it is. That's Chase Parham. You probably recognize him by now. If you don't, well,
Your first day. Congratulations. Hello.
Well, thanks. Welcome to our show.
We have that South Carolina. It's been a fan that's been in the last few weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've seen the Gamecock logo on the.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
On the thing.
If you're an Alabama fan watching,
you had some of those over the week.
We really
did you have Alabama fans, or did you had a collection of SEC people who were really excited that Alabama got their ass kicked?
Both.
Okay.
Clearly.
Okay.
The numbers indicate both.
Okay. Fair enough.
Big thanks to AJ McCarron for making Monday happen. It was awesome. So Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating, they've been sponsoring this show for years. Eric Payne and the people at Comer and Southern are awesome. It's hot out. It actually feels pretty pleasant right now. It's going to get hot. It's September. It's going to get hot. I'm just telling you, it's going to get hot. If your AC is acting weird, maybe we'll get through the next couple of weeks. No, you won't. Get in touch with Comer. Get in touch with Southern. Tell them what you need. They'll be out. They'll give you service. Maybe it's something minor. Maybe it's something big. Whatever the case is, they're going to give you great service, great products. If you live in Oxford, Batesville, Tupelo, the surrounding area, call Comer 662-801-1777. If you live in Hernando, Memphis, South Haven, those areas, call Southern 662-429-4429. We'll open up the Campbell Clinic Hotline in a bit. From fractures and sports injuries to complex spine and limb conditions, the pediatric orthopedic physicians at Campbell Clinic in Oxford are the only specialized orthopedic team in North Mississippi providing expert care for growing bodies. Visit campbellclinicoxford.com to schedule an appointment or call 901-759-3111. We're in the Clark Ford Studios. Clark Ford's in Amory, Mississippi, 662-257-1900. Call that number. Ask for Corey Clark. Tell Corey what Ford product you're looking for. He will send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours, right to the bottom line. No hassle, no haggle. You get your quote. The rest is up to you. You can shop that quote around. You can do what I've done, but I recommend that you do, and that's hop into a Clark Ford today, 662-257-1900. This will be the Friday Blue Sky Live. Chase, what's going on at Blue Sky?
Blue Sky and Sweet Daddy's locations all over the state of Mississippi. Here locally, if you're coming into town either for tomorrow, I don't know why you come in this weekend, but I'm sure there's stuff going on. There's always stuff going on. The town shows that. Traffic everywhere, construction everywhere, got all kind of stuff going on. But next week, Arkansas, lunch specials, $5.69, a couple sides of bread, any size fountain drink. You got Sweet Daddy stops. At most of those locations, they take care of all the catering for you, whether it's in the Grove for tailgating, feeding your family on a busy night, or maybe something to do with your work or office. They can handle it. Again, Sweet Daddy's and Blue Sky locations all up and down I-55 and North Mississippi. You got an outline for tonight's show. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. As Hayden said in the thread, if you're brand new, this is where we break down the film for Ole Miss and Kentucky. Go very, 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 very deep there with that.
Well, we'll say that if you want film broken down,
we just showed that on this page.
It's literally on this network seconds before we hit the button. Pete's Pigskin Preview presented by Riverland Roofing. About an hour of mostly Ole Miss, not a lot of Kentucky. I'll say this. I talked to some football people today who are interested in this matchup because they think it's going one of two ways.
What are the things?
They think it's either going to be super close where Ole Miss is scared to death, or this is an Ole Miss blowout.
Okay.
Yeah, and what they're interested in is Ole Miss's pass protection.
That's fair.
Basically, they said watching Simmons, he appears to be a half of the field guy right now.
Yep.
So Kentucky, who has good coaches, is probably going to try to bring blindside pressure to him.
Mm-hmm.
And
they will try. Yes.
Yeah, that's the goal. They're going to bring some delayed pressure, probably some what's called deep pressure, where a linebacker is or a safety is 6, 7, 8 yards off the line of scrimmage and goes late to see if you can catch Austin not seeing him, as what happened on the first interception against Georgia State. They're going to throw some things at the young quarterback because if you're Kentucky and you pay your coaches to try to win, they're going to try to confuse him, try to lure him into some mistakes, see if if indeed he is watching one side of the field and you can get to him on his blind side. I think I said this morning. I think I did. I've done, this is my 4th podcast of the day, so I can't remember everything that's been said. A lot of talk all week about Patrick Kudus, the right guard, and the whiff that he had early. But I've heard he had the highest offensive line grade on the team. So this will be interesting. So it's Kentucky's not as big and physical up front as they were a year ago. But look, Mark Stoops has gone against Lane Kiffin a handful of times. He's going to try to slow the game down on offense. He's going to try to shorten the game.
He is.
Reduce the number of plays. And they're going to try to muddy it up at the line of scrimmage. That's been their MO every time they've played. And, it worked once. And it almost worked another time. I mean, the one time, was it Kentucky missed an extra point?
They did. In 2020, it was Lane Kiffin's first win as an Ole Miss head coach.
Yeah. And the 2020 game will have absolutely zero impact whatsoever on whatever happens on Saturday. But the point is that, Stoops will have a plan, and you can pretty much predict what the plan's going to be. It's going to be to try to shorten the game, muddy up the game, and go from there.
It's your only hope. So you do it and you see what happens. I mean, that's the thing. You might as well just blitz. You might as well do what you're talking about. Because, what's the alternative is what?
You don't sit back and let Lane Kiffin's offense pick you apart. I mean, if they're going to, if they can successfully protect the quarterback, then Ole Miss is going to win and probably win big.
It will be comfortable.
Yes. Yeah, if you're Ole Miss, if you're Kentucky and your objective is to try to win the game, the way you try to do it is to try to force him into mistakes. You want to pressure him, you want to affect him. That's your path.
Did y'all talk to AJ about Caden Proctor holding his phone during pregame warmups?
We did not. We did not talk about that or the stuffed animals.
The dancing in the locker room after the loss to TikTok videos.
I've got to be careful here because I know a little more than I'm probably supposed to know.
Okay.
It was bad.
Saban said the culture was better. Said he'd been at practice some and thought that the culture was better. I just have a hunch that they would not be dancing after the loss or a phone in the hand during warmups if Nick was the head coach. Feel pretty certain.
I feel good on that.
That's the case.
Yeah, it's kind of like saying, I think the sun will probably rise in the east tomorrow.
Yes.
He's a chance. Yeah.
I think that's what is so shocking is what's happening to them on the field. It's how it happened. And then the program that in the best way possible was this robotic machine that was just a Death Star for years and decades now has no discipline and looks lost.
Okay, so I'm trying to do this carefully.
Okay.
I think sometimes people...
It's a weird spot, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a weird spot to know things.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people take over something and they're so intent on putting their stamp on it
that you screw up the good things too.
That you overcorrect.
Mm-hmm.
People forget Nick Saban's last game at Alabama was a national semifinal that was lost in overtime.
Sure.
And had they won, they would have won the national title.
Yeah. Because the winner of that game was going to win it. Yes.
Ironically, would have beaten Washington.
That's correct.
It wasn't broken. And yet I think they tried to fix it. And they tried to modernize it.
Definitely tried to modernize it, to change it. And now some of it is simply it doesn't what it was did not fit his personality and his makeup and his plan. Because here's the problem. You can't be Nick at the same time.
No.
So.
No, you have to be you.
Yeah, they did like the $300,000 renovation of the office and made it all chrome and white and everything.
So I'll say this. I think I told Tyler this a little while ago. In baseball sometimes you'll see a player who plays for the Reds, the Pirates, or the Rays, or one of those teams, and does really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
And he becomes a free agent, and he signs with the Yankees or the Mets or the Dodgers.
Okay.
And he languishes. It's the same game. The ball's still 60 feet, 6 inches home plate to the pitcher's rubber. Still 90 feet to each base. You're still playing the same game, but it doesn't feel like the same game.
I mean, and that's the thing. Grind says it here. He was 103-12 as a head coach prior to this tenure.
Yeah, the whole he sucks. No, he doesn't.
He's been a hell of a football coach.
No, he doesn't suck. In fact, if you talk to people around college football, they'll tell you he's one of the best. But the point is, and this is one of those things that I almost hate myself as I say it. I do think you have to live in Alabama to understand this. It is a different
The entire cooker is turned up in every way.
Everything.
And teams are enjoying. You're still getting everyone's best shot, even though you don't even deserve it anymore, too.
Well, I mean,
everybody's showing up going, hey, by God, that's the crimson and the numbers on the helmet and the whole deal.
You dominated the sport for 15 years. People don't dominate the sport for 15 years.
You're going to get best shots. They're going to run it up on you. They're going to do everything possible.
And everyone's going to relish you losing. Everyone is going to relish. I mean, like the Matt Moscona video the other day. I mean,
yeah.
It was funny. I laughed, but I thought, how many other schools would get this where you could even get away with it? Where it would be funny, where people would go, that's great. Ha, ha, ha. And I love Matt, and I laughed. Because Matt climbed up on the ladder to get on the horse and the whole deal. But how many other places could you do that to? No one relishes Ohio State losing like that.
In the Big Ten? We don't live there.
Not nationally. This was national.
Yeah.
And they haven't had a reign of terror like the one Alabama had.
No.
I mean, think about, we do it with Houston Nutt all the time. Think about how many coaches in the SEC have a different legacy if it's not for Alabama. Mark Richt.
Oh, yeah.
He wins a national championship at Georgia, Chase.
Yes.
If it's not for Alabama.
Yeah.
At his alma mater.
Yeah.
He's a legend if it's not for Alabama.
Les has got multiple rings.
David Cutcliffe wins an SEC title at Ole Miss if it's not for Nick Saban.
That's true. Yeah.
But the whole Alabama thing, think about Alabama. Tommy Tuberville might beat them 9 times in a row if it's not for Nick Saban. It was a reign of terror for 15 years. They got damn near every recruit they wanted. They were almost impossible to beat. They were always in the playoff picture. You would beat them. Hugh Freeze beat them in Tuscaloosa, and everybody went, oh, look, they're done. No, they just won the national title.
Yeah, you could get them once. Even when you got them once, they typically still won the damn thing.
He caused Urban Meyer to have a heart issue.
201-29.
I mean, run the numbers on that, boys and girls.
201-29.
I mean, think about that number just for a minute.
In the SEC, 117-18.
It's even more incredible.
He was 100 games over 500 in the SEC.
In the SEC.
Yes. Where every damn week, best shot, best shot,
yeah,
best shot,
we talked
best
about
shot.
it. We talked about it last year.
You're the main event every time.
We talked about it last year. Ole Miss loses to Kentucky. Tennessee loses to Arkansas. Alabama loses to Vanderbilt and Oklahoma. I mean, the league is just a rolling ball of butcher knives. I mean, I heard people say this, like, I tend to agree. Man, Mississippi State's much improved. They might still go 0-8 in the league. Could be. That's not far-fetched.
No.
That they could be much improved in the league, much improved, and still go 0-8 in the league.
Yes, you can still suck.
Mississippi State would win the Sun Belt.
They would. They would.
I mean, I watched them. They would win the Sun Belt. Comfortably. They would win Conference USA.
They were so much better than Southern than they're even getting credit for being.
Yeah, because they had the two called.
It was a weird first half. And
yeah, it was a blowout. They dominated the game.
Yeah.
And there's a real chance they go 0-8 again. And he went 117-18?
That's correct.
I mean,
117-18.
Come on.
I mean,
Come on.
That's a number right there.
That is a number. I'm not a big ever guy, but
hard to see that again.
I mean,
and here's, you want to know the better part of that?
Yeah.
That's with.
Yeah, Gus Malzahn's an all-timer if it's not for Saban. No doubt.
That is with 4 losses in year 1 because the ULM year. So 117-14 or whatever.
It's incredible.
116-14 taking out the first year.
After the first year.
Yes.
102 over 500.
Yes.
That's insane. It's insane.
Grind says Gus is an all-timer if not for Saban.
News today. It's worth talking about. Ross Dellinger.
Okay.
NCAA Football Oversight Committee voted today to support a single transfer portal in January. Sources tell Yahoo, ushering in a significant change. So the January portal is the only portal.
That's correct.
No more May portal.
Yep.
The coaches begged for this. All of them.
Now, once that has ended, they don't have to worry, at least in theory, about the post-spring freakouts.
I will be fascinated to see the first time this is challenged. But so far, credit to the attorneys, I guess. So far, everything in that House settlement is sort of holding up, and that's only been a short period of time.
They've gotten better about approving a lot of the deals. I saw Nakos or somebody talking, maybe Staples talking about it the last couple of days.
But the coaches begged for this. Number one,
this is just good.
It's good because you get your roster set. Now you can plan. And number two,
I do kind of agree with Jim Gilza, though. January 2nd is a little early.
What is that?
It's the cutoff.
To get in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 days after bowl game or January 2nd.
So if your team plays in the playoff, you still have 5 days.
Yeah, Hunter says, wouldn't the one you want be the later one, do the playoffs and bowls? You do not want to redo your entire roster in April and May. That is way too close.
And I know nobody cares about this. I get it. I've heard it so many times. Nobody cares about this because everyone's making millions, except most of the people inside the building are not making millions. The coaches are exhausted. They're begging for some calm.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want a portal window in April, May. They want to be able to go, okay, we finished spring work. We got to go do the recruiting thing, but we don't have to worry about our roster right now. We can breathe. I can go to Little Johnny's T-ball game.
I mean, Nate Hurley today. We talked about it this morning. Hurley, and again, this does not fix his problem, but season ended and couldn't decompress. You don't get the 2 weeks to.
Well, no, in basketball, like Chris Beard last year. I mean, he's kind of talked about this a little bit. I mean, Ole Miss's season ends on a Friday night in Atlanta. He's got to walk into that locker room and look at a group of kids that gave him everything they possibly had, and he's got to tell them how proud of them he is.
And then we're on to the next.
Give everybody a hug, and that night he's on the phone. That night,
replacing dudes.
I mean, and you can go, well, he makes a bunch of money. Okay. I mean, I get it.
Still doesn't change the emotional element of it.
He's a human being.
Yeah.
I mean, you're asking a lot. I mean, he's back in Oxford the next day, pacing on the phone, walking around, talking to people. Hasn't even had a chance to put that game into context in his own brain. On to the next.
And then had they.
And on the flip side, Michigan State wins that game. And they spend the whole next day going, we're not doing it. They lose to Auburn, and now you're behind. Bruce Pearl wins right after Ole Miss played. They took the court and won, and they spent that next day on the phone talking to – can you imagine? Hey, we're about to play an Elite Eight game with these kids who have given us everything we've asked. And we're replacing them as we speak.
Well, I mean, it's been a few years and it's way different to some extent, but it's not. It's one of the problems with women's baseball is they didn't do enough portal while they were in Omaha. They focused too much on the current team. They got behind.
Yeah.
They didn't recruit enough.
They focused on trying to help those guys win a national championship because they'd earned the right to get there.
Yeah. Like,
Kyle, thank you for the super chat. He says, if DeBoer left Alabama, who do they go after and who would want it?
Lane Kiffin be done. Done. Finished. Coach.
All right, well, full coverage at MPW Digital and Rebels 24/7. Have a good night.
I don't know. What do you think they'd be looking for?
Someone who gets it.
Which means what? Who actually gets it?
Kirby.
He ain't going. So who gets it?
The
list of who gets it is very small.
It'd have to almost be somebody who's been there. Lanning.
I think
you'd offer Lanning.
I think.
They probably already did.
I'm not sure he gets it. Something about him bothers me.
There would be people there who would want Mario Cristobal. There would be people there who would want Lane Kiffin. There would. I mean, there's no point. There's no point in dancing around.
Yeah, whatever.
There would be people there who would talk about Dabo Swinney.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know that there would be people there who would talk about Billy Napier. Very well liked in Tuscaloosa. Incredibly respected in Tuscaloosa.
Brian says they don't get it because I tell my Bama fans Sumrall would kill it there, but they don't want him. He's not big enough.
John
has a lot of the tendencies that would be required.
Really good there.
He would.
But but he's not. He's the Tulane coach.
Yeah, I like John a lot.
My guess is John is coaching in the SEC next year. I don't know where, but my guess is he's coaching in the SEC next year.
Yeah. There's going to be movement, even with the buyouts in the league. We're not going to stand pat again.
I think so. I think you're going to see movement at Arkansas for sure. I'm not sure that I believe Kentucky will sit still if this goes terribly bad. I'm not sure that I buy it. I know everybody talks about the money.
But them taking another 1-7 or something.
Yeah, I mean, at some point you have to do it. You have to just bite the bullet. The question at Bama is what happens, and I don't think it's going to get to this place, but what happens in a 6-6? Where it's clearly not working. And he had a bad week. Beyond the game, he's had a bad week. His coach's show was bad. His press conference was bad. He looks lost. The players look lost. There's whispers inside that it's even worse than you think it is.
Coach's show was bad?
Coach's show was bad.
You mean like the season or you mean like the call-in show?
Someone said the coach's show was bad. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
His press conference was bad. He was like, I said that? And the guy was like, yeah, you definitely said that.
I mean, Kentucky doesn't have some out in the SEC outside of, I mean, their easiest league game is at Vanderbilt.
That's not a sure thing.
And Vanderbilt's not handing that one to them.
No.
I mean, their SEC slate
All Vanderbilt jokes aside, I think Vanderbilt might have a decent team.
Ole Miss, at South Carolina, at Georgia, Texas, Tennessee, at Auburn, Florida, at Vanderbilt.
It's tough.
No gimmies on that bad boy.
No, none at all.
Kyle, he lives in Tuscaloosa, said this town's nasty this week.
I bet.
What are you doing?
I'm just making sure I'm good on something.
Okay. I've said this at the end of multiple podcasts, but we will do a watch party on Saturday. We'll kick that off around, 2:20-ish, something like that. We'll do the game, probably not in the stream, but do like a 10-minute break between game and post-game, and then do a post-game show. So we will have live YouTube streaming from 2:20 to give or take 7:45 on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll join as quick as I can from
That's the plan.
Lexington.
Have you been in our watch parties? We're just kind of hanging out. We talk, we analyze, we joke, talk about other games. It's low key. Don't expect every 5 seconds there being
Hardcore football.
It's not typically what happens. It's typically, hey, what are we ordering for halftime? Who's drinking what? How are the wings? It's typically that kind of deal. Yeah. They need to go to Chicory and get some beer for the day.
Yeah.
That's where all the Oktoberfest is, I hear, or October beer.
It's good. The Oktoberfest is. Is that your phone or mine?
It's mine, and I'm just apologizing to people. I'm waiting on a call, so I have the volume on.
I understand.
So it's what it is.
So you're gonna get a call and bolt on me
For 3.5 minutes, yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you can handle it for a second.
Yeah. Phone lines are open if you want to call. I think the phone is working. Everything tells me it's working. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's working, but it tells me it's working.
Bama did announce a field sponsor today for, or they announced it yesterday for Saturday.
Coca-Cola, what?
U.S. Navy something? Oh. Let me find it. I had it this morning, and for reasons that I probably will talk about here soon, I just didn't want the discussion on the board. Let me find it.
Hold on, I'm trying to get to you. Sometimes this thing jumps.
What happened?
I'm not sure.
Learfield, blah, 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 blah. Let's see.
I tried to call you. I don't know what the deal is.
You tried to call me?
No, it tried to call you.
Oh, yeah. Build Giants, Alabama will be displayed on the 25-yard lines of Saban Field at Bryant-Denny beginning this Saturday against UL Monroe. It is a partnership with the U.S. Navy Maritime Industrial Base Program.
Okay. I'm trying to call the person.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, what's going on? Sorry I messed you up. You're on.
Oh, no, all good. Can y'all hear me all right?
Yes, sir. You're on. Go ahead.
This is Austin and Fairhope. How we doing today?
Hey, Austin, we're good. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm doing all right.
Hey, talk to us on your on your device, not on the delay.
All right, I'm on my device. I have you on my truck. Is this better?
Yeah,
we're good. Go ahead.
Much better. Thank you.
No, I'm doing all right though. Gotten nice and hot down here after that quick false fall. So on the Alabama thing, I've got a question on y'all's thoughts. And Neal, like you say, living in the state, even though I've only been here about 2.5 years, it's a little different. I work with a guy who played there with AJ, and they're all, he's fairly calm about it. I mean, he's got 2 rings, but their rumor mill is if they get stomped by Georgia, that's it. But my question always was, okay, well, how are you going to raise however much money, and then you still got another $40 million over the next 2 years for the players?
Well, so here's the thing in today's modern deal, and these are the hard decisions that people have to make, and I'm glad that I don't have to make them, and I don't get paid to make them, and until I get paid to make them, I don't make them. But the question you would have is, how long can you let it go terribly before you just bite the bullet? And if you know that it's awful and it can't be fixed, the sooner you bite the bullet, no matter how hard it is to bite that bullet, the better off you might be. And that's complicated calculus. That is not easy because you can get it wrong, right? Because like let's say you do let's use Texas A&M as an example. You pay Jimbo Fisher $70 million to go away. If Mike Elko makes it work, it was worth it. If Mike Elko is a disaster, it was not worth it. And now you've doubled down on your error. So it's kind of like this is not the right analogy, but you have credit card debt. You join some program and you get out. You start to. The whole plan is to get out of the credit card debt. You're gonna bite. It's gonna hurt. You're gonna do it. Well, the worst. If you take out another credit card and max it out, it's even worse than it was. If you're disciplined and you pay it off, right? If you're disciplined and you pay it off, it was worth it that you went ahead and bit the bullet when you did, because the pain was inevitable one way or the other. And so that's where Alabama might – look, it's too early to say that they're there. They're 0-1 for God's sake. But in a world
for sure.
In a world where they lose 6 games at Alabama is like losing 10 anywhere else. It's not survivable. And people can make fun of it. I've made fun of it. I've done 6 years of radio where I did the, hey, coach, you still there? All that stuff. I get it. Everyone makes fun of it, but that's who they are, man.
But the question remains, is he incapable, or is this a weird transition and Alabama in a new era, and he's actually fine relative to where we can get, and we just got to give it a minute? That's the question.
Yeah, and I don't know.
That is actually the question they have to answer.
But no one's going to be patient there. No one's ever been patient there. They're not going to suddenly become patient there. And so the whole, well, this is a new era. They don't view it that way.
They don't care.
I mean, so we get back into the whole perception is reality, and local perception is reality. So you can be in Utah or Idaho or Colorado and go, those people are freaking nuts. And you're right.
But it ain't changing.
But if you're in Birmingham or Mobile or Huntsville or Phoenix City and you're like, those people don't think it's nuts to think that way.
Yeah, I mean, history would tell you he'll figure it out, but to your point, I don't know if they're patient enough for that.
Well, no. I mean, like, look, if he goes 8-4, they'll hate him, and there'll be people that put stuff in his yard, and it's going to be mental torture, but they'll hang on. They'll give him more time. But if it's a disaster and they get blown out, say, by Georgia, and they lose the end of the season, losing to Auburn, and I don't know, I don't even know who's on their schedule, lose to Tennessee and lose to whoever, it gets bad fast.
I mean, I would think they can go 8-4, but obviously it's early and there's a whole bunch. Everyone outside that program doesn't know what's going on inside it.
So they got ULM. It's a dub. They got Wisconsin, which damn well better be a dub.
Ooh.
They get a week. They get a week off. They go to Athens. It's probably an L.
2-2.
They get Vanderbilt at home. And see, here's where we are. So here's where we are. The fact that we don't go, oh, dub, tells you where we are.
I still think it's a dub.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a dub.
They go at Missouri.
That's actually the kind of the weird game.
That ain't a freebie. Then they get Tennessee at home, at South Carolina, weekend off, LSU at home, Oklahoma at home, Eastern Illinois at home, and at Jordan-Hare to finish the season November the 29th.
I mean, LSU and Tennessee could be weird, and Hugh has
Oklahoma
figured it out. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, it could get dicey there.
Yeah, no, it absolutely could get dicey. And he could fix it. He could turn it around. They could go 9-3, 10-2, and everybody goes, "Oh, it's all right."
Yeah, they're freaking out right now, though.
Oh, that's the part that you get it because you live there. I hate myself when I say it. Like literally, I'm cringing as I get ready to say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Until you live there, you just don't understand it.
Oh, it's wild. I mean, my wife went to Alabama. Her older brother went to Alabama. Her younger brother is currently at Alabama.
Roll Tide.
And they're all like, no, we suck.
Yeah.
We're done.
And they don't laugh about it there. The bad season is not like like Ole Miss has a bad season and everybody kind of giggles at it at times. I mean, people are frustrated or whatever, but everybody kind of makes jokes. There's no jokes there.
No, not at all.
And look, we do this with Auburn. The flip is true. If Auburn's going to be good, that changes the pressure.
Yep, for sure.
It does.
It changes. Sure. It changes the pressure.
And Georgia's Georgia.
Yeah, LSU. Yeah. I mean, and look, Alabama hates LSU. If LSU's going to have a special season, and then you look around, and maybe you've got assistant coaches that used to be at Alabama under the Saban tree are winning. Like, let's say Ole Miss is winning. Let's say Florida's winning. Kirby's winning.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest though. They dominated the sport for however long. I still would rather watch an LSU fan cry in tears after they lose than an Alabama fan. I was with an LSU fan this past weekend for all the games, and God, they are obnoxious. Alabama fans, they've been pretty entitled, but LSU fans are the worst.
But I'll tell you,
maybe that's because I'm from Biloxi and I was around them all the time.
That's exactly
Lord.
That's exactly what it is. I think if you polled all 16 fan bases and said you can beat one or the other, most would pick Alabama.
You're right, but man,
it was a reign of terror, and they did it in a way where they just sort of they didn't even seem to enjoy it. They just beat you.
That's true.
And they robotically walked off the field like, we're better than you. Bless your hearts, you tried. It wasn't even like Alabama didn't rush they didn't tear the goalpost down. Maybe they did. I don't remember. Doesn't really feel like they did. It got to where winning was just like, oh, yeah, we won because we're better than you. We're the best. And you looked around and it was like, and they're not even cheating that much. Like there wasn't even like crazy cheating there. It was pretty formulaic.
There was a system.
Yeah, I mean, it was
a
like
process.
You got a card, got taken care of.
Yeah, I mean,
but you got to the NFL, and half the damn league played at Alabama. I mean, it was a reign of terror, man. I mean, 50 years from now, people will look back and go, "That dude, wow, this Saban guy." I mean, that's what's coming. I mean, history is going to shine on him.
I mean, those numbers y'all were talking about earlier, his entire record and his SEC record, that's absurd.
Yeah, nobody else.
That is absurd.
Nobody else does that. I mean, if I walked up to Lane Kiffin today and said, you can go 114-16 or whatever the damn number was over your next 130 SEC games. But the catch is no questions. You can ask no questions. He would be like, where do I sign? I mean, he would.
Yeah.
I mean, he would cut himself to sign in blood right there. Yeah. And so would everybody else.
Do you want my kidney?
Yeah, he would. I mean, whatever it took. I mean, if I offered that to Shane Beamer right now, I mean, he'd piss his pants. He'd sign so fast. I mean, everybody would. I mean, I'm not criticizing Shane. I mean, he's a good coach. I'm talking about all of them. Anybody. Josh Heupel, Eli Drinkwitz, anybody. Steve Sarkisian. If I offered that to Steve Sarkisian right now, you think he'd go, oh, no, I think I can do a little better? Hell no, he'd sign it.
No, hell yeah.
I mean, Kirby, all of them. I mean, it's. And so what you're watching is, but we always talked about this. I don't know why we're all shocked at this. For years, as Saban got older and we speculated on when it would end, everybody would say, I remember Lane Kiffin saying it on the record, nobody wants to be the guy that replaces Nick Saban.
That would be impossible. I mean, would be. DeBoer's trying it, and it's obviously not easy, but yeah, wouldn't want to do that. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. And here we are. And yet someone has to be that guy. Yep. Well, I won't keep on much longer. I got two off-topic things. How's the Chase doing the baseball broadcasting going? You know, we're trying to get it done. I don't really know what the holdup is. It's I'm very frustrated with the powers that be at Ole Miss. It feels like there's this stubbornness. You know, I kind of think part of it is Chase, his insistence on this hat, the script M. You know, he's being very stubborn about it. But he's got a book out. The man has his second book on Ole Miss baseball out right now. It's at College Corner right now. You can go get it at College Corner. I mean, this is absurd. This is absurd that we haven't gotten this done yet. I don't know who is against it. I don't know what dark forces are against Chase Parham being on the baseball broadcast, but I plan to get to the bottom of it. I'll tell you that. If it's the last thing I ever do, I'm going to figure. Is he in there right now? No, he's on a phone right now. I mean, he's probably talking to the chancellor or something. I mean, the guy knows literally everyone there. He's practically. I bet he gets it. He's practically the mayor of Oxford. I don't know. Maybe me
being the guy leading the campaign is hurting him, but that's people being really small. I mean, look, at the end of the day, you can dislike me all you want to. That's fine. That's fine. But I'm right. And that's the thing, is they know I'm right. Maybe they're afraid that he would do
That's probably what burns them up.
It's probably what burns him up the most, is like, that's a bitch. I hate him. But I said you should hire Kiffin, and I was right. I said you should hire Beard, and I was right. I said this Shark thing wasn't going to work, and it didn't. And now I'm saying you should hire Parham. All I'm saying is give him one game. One game.
You're 3 for 3. You're 3 for 3.
And I think they're probably afraid that he would be so good in that role that they'd have to like run out all the other current people, and people who have their feelings hurt. And I don't know. That's my guess. But, you know, that's life. I mean, Wally Pipp shouldn't have sat out that day, you know, and he did. And Lou Gehrig, you know the rest. I mean, there's a real chance Chase is the Lou Gehrig of Ole Miss baseball broadcasting, and he's just waiting for his opportunity. But, I mean, imagine if you were the Yankees manager back then and and you said, no, we're going back to Pipp. And the 1927 Yankees never happened. That would be totally on you. I mean, that's what we're looking at Ole Miss. Someone at Ole Miss right now is stubbornly stopping an Emmy award-winning broadcast by not letting him on. That's what happened.
What are we talking about?
It's a little late for you right now. Just hang on. That's what we're talking about right now.
I heard the last second.
That's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about we're not letting Lou Gehrig hit. I mean, who would not let Lou Gehrig hit?
Oh, man.
This is like the Dodgers. It's like Dave Roberts not letting Shohei hit. What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know. It's very frustrating. But I mean, Denson Hollis, he knows he's on notice. Keith Carter knows he's on notice. David Kellum, all the people there. I know the people at Learfield. Learfield paid me to come speak. Learfield should pull some strings and put Parham in the box. It'll
happen. Somebody will start a petition or something.
It's ridiculous. It should. Well, you know what? I'd like for you to do that for me. I don't want a Christmas present from you. I would like for you, as my Christmas present, to start a petition.
All right. I'll figure out how to get that done.
Thank you.
But, all right. Now we've got to figure out how I can link up. This was the last thing. I got to link up with Grind and get on the other side of the bay and get a beer with him sometime. We're the same age. Going across the bay can be a pain sometimes, but I feel like he's a fun guy to get a beer with.
Yeah, we can make that happen. I've got Grind's contact information, so I can make that happen once you start the petition.
Deal.
All right,
guys.
Fair enough.
Y'all have a good one. Appreciate the call.
Thank you. And that's how business is done, Parham.
How'd you segue into that?
He was just asking how the campaign was going. And I said I expressed my frustrations.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I mean, I'm a patient person, but this is absurd that it hasn't happened yet. It should be announced. It's a natural time to do it. Your book's out right now at College Corner.
It is.
People can come. I know. That's why I'm trying to help. Everybody thinks this is some act.
But we have until February. And I mean, I, contrary to some beliefs around here, don't necessarily need to have it done immediately. Don't need to talk about it or write about it yet. But, you know, it's.
I don't know. I'd like to claim my victory here soon. You know, I've put some work into this. Hey, caller, who do we have?
Hey, it's Greenville. How y'all doing?
Hey, Steve. What's up, man?
Hello?
You're on. Go ahead.
Hey, I just got a question. Have y'all heard about the Florida problem in the NHL? I'm going to tie this into football in a minute. No promise.
The Florida problem with the NHL? No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I have not heard about that.
Okay. If you play in Canada, say you play in Ontario, 68% of your income goes to taxes.
Okay.
That's before you pay your agent or you pay the United States taxes when you come down here.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've read a story on this, Steve. Yeah.
What? All right. I was listening to Sick'em 365 this week, and they had a guy on there from UCLA, and he was talking about one of the problems UCLA has is taxes. If you make $1 million at UCLA, well, 13% of that is going to the state of California.
Right.
Whereas you make $1 million in Texas, you get to keep that 13%.
Correct.
So you got to raise more money to cover what the players are going to be faced, just to make the same thing. So my question is, when does that start influencing college athletics severely?
Probably very soon.
Okay.
I mean, probably now. Yeah, I mean, if the money is going to be...
You think the 18-year-olds are thinking about it?
They're not, but their agents and representatives are.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, the 18-year-olds aren't 18-year-olds aren't making the decisions anymore, Steve.
You don't think they're having any say?
Not much.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, there was a story out this week about there's like 3,000 something registered agents. Do the math on that. I mean, Lane Kiffin on the record this week said he might be better off finishing second. Let somebody else overpay and then let them not play, and then they'll come to you. He's on the record. In fact, he volunteered that answer. I mean, anybody who thinks it's the old method, and when I say old, I mean 2019 recruiting model, naive's not even the word. I mean, you're just being, what's the word I'm looking for, Chase?
Crazy.
Well, you're just ignoring reality. You're just completely, intentionally.
It's sort of naive, but it's just kind of.
Yeah, it's almost aggressively naive.
Purposefully.
Yeah, purposefully naive. You just don't want to know. That's fine, but kids aren't making, and when I say kids, I mean players that are highly recruited are not making decisions based on what feels like home or all that bullshit. They might give you that quote, but that ain't it. It was money.
Okay. All right. One more thing, and I'll let y'all go. Have y'all read about the Rudy Project?
Okay, I saw this headline and didn't read it, so fill me in.
Okay. Originally, the people who came up with the Rudy Project wanted to take the top 29 college football teams and form a league with them.
Okay.
And that got shot down, and now they want to do top 72.
So the goal is to what? Privatize and form a basically a college version of the National Football League?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we're just not there yet. The whole I don't think we're gonna get to. Do you Chase? I don't think we're gonna get there.
It feels to have slowed in that way. I just don't see that being the most direct path to where we're headed right now.
I think it gives you an idea where the powers that be are thinking long term.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, Steve. When I talk to anybody around college sports, and Chase talks to people at Ole Miss along these lines, I think when people talk quote long term, they don't even know what that means. Like, I mean, I did this with Chase. This is a thought exercise. I'll do it with you. Think back to 2015. Just 10 years. It's just 10 years. It's not much. Okay? Think of how different the sport was in 2015 from where it is today. Imagine trying to figure out what it's going to be like in 2035, which is just 10 years. You literally can't do it. I mean,
I will.
No one knows. So, I mean, when people talk about long-term stuff of the sport, it's like, I don't even know what that means.
So
it's not how you would run a corporate.
Right,
it's not how you would run a Fortune 500 company. Fortune 500 companies have a good solid 5-year plan. I don't know how like a Keith Carter, for example, I'm sure they have a 5-year plan and it's kind of down and stuff, but like, I don't know how you could really believe in it, like really trust in it, because so many things are completely out of your control.
All right.
All right,
I'll
Steve.
talk to y'all later.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
So again, how did we segue to the announcer issue earlier?
Someone just asked how the campaign was going.
that was it?
That was it. I felt like it was an opportunity for me to express my frustration with the whole situation. That I'm selflessly trying to get you on the baseball broadcast crew for one game, and then it's up to you. I mean, it's literally up to you to determine your fate at that point. Is this going to be a long-term thing? Is this going to be a one-time flame out? I said that there's a real chance that you're Lou Gehrig just waiting on your opportunity.
There we go. Just got to Wally Pip this thing on
Just
down.
need Wally to get the day off. That's all. Hey, who do we have?
Hey, guys, it's Austin.
Hey, Austin, how are you?
Man, I'm doing good. Hey, I wanted to bring up something that y'all talked about on the show yesterday. Neal, you were talking about the story about how you got let go because of all that nonsense that happened in Mobile in 2007.
Yeah.
And you went on this really great story talking about, you got kind of introspective, and I really thought, like, on a personal note, really, really awesome pod. But I wanted to ask you a question about it.
Okay.
And you don't have to answer it if you don't want to, by all means. I just wanted to ask this question because obviously now I got nothing but love for you. You made mention in the story how you always thought that Mississippi was kind of like the death nail for your career.
No, not Mississippi.
And
not Mississippi.
The team site space.
It was not Mississippi. It had nothing to do with the state. It was going to the team site stuff where it was just ridiculed at that time.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, good. I apologize. I got that misconstrued, but I did want to follow up that. So now that you've been in Oxford for way longer than you ever thought you ever would be, I got to ask, with now that you've got obviously your 3 kids moved out into college, what when you look back on your time in Oxford, obviously there's the good and the bad, but
yeah.
Tell me about the good. What's something that you're going to look back on at this time and be like, you know what, I'm really glad that the Lord put me here?
Oh, I mean, the time with my parents. My kids know my parents intimately in a way that they would not have known them had we still been in Mobile, where they just saw them, a few times a year. I mean, that's the absolutely biggest thing. That was huge. I mean, my parents were a big part of my kids' childhood, like on a day-to-day. I mean, when Laura's mom died, and that was July, and then early August, because they start school here. I mean, the calendar turns to August, and it's like, boom, we're going to school. I mean, it was pretty traumatic. And had it not been for my parents here with all the help, it would have been really challenging. So that's a big part of it. And then, I mean, obviously, I had no business experience. I mean, I would look back and, I mean, I say it's not just me. I mean, Chase helped me too. But like, we built a business that didn't exist. I mean, Rivals existed and the site existed, but MPW didn't exist. I can't, and there's more than just me and Chase to that. I mean, you can't talk about it without talking about Jeffrey. That would be that'd be a big part of it. I mean, I don't know that any of us knew what we were doing. I think from an equipment and technology standpoint, Jeffrey had a clue. I don't think Chase and I really did, honestly. We learned, and so I would think about that part of it. And then, I mean, it was a great place to raise our kids. I mean, sometimes not many people, and hardly at all anymore, but like sometimes people will like do things about, well, the kids didn't stay here or whatever. But all 3 of my kids think incredibly affectionately of Oxford. I mean, big time. Like all 3 of my kids are really proud to be Mississippians. And that's a fact. I mean, people can think what you want to think and whatever. It's cool, but I know the truth. I mean, Carson was trying to get a Mississippi State flag for his dorm room.
Was he really?
Yeah. I mean, my kids are proud to be from here. So that was, I mean, it was a great thing for us. I mean, from a career standpoint, it's just kind of complicated to describe it to people. But for me, I mean, it was a great thing. Like I think I said this on the podcast. I was trying not to get like emotional about it because I do believe it was a God thing. I think God knew our lives were getting ready to change dramatically, and I think He knew that something had to happen for us to leave where we were, and unfortunately, it took something profoundly impacting my career to make me like think about it. And then the part I didn't talk about was we had a end of year job review, and normally in my job review I would just walk in and sit down, and the people would look at me, and I did a good job and they liked me, and they would say, hey, we're giving you a whatever % raise, and
The whole cost of living thing.
do you have any questions? And I'd be like, no, I just it's December and I just want to get out of here. And that year, for whatever reason, I asked questions. Like, I remember asking a lot of questions. My review, which normally took 3 or 4 minutes, took like an hour, and I walked out of there and thought, it's time. Just this thought came over me, like, it's time. And so, I mean, I do, looking back on it, think that was probably a spiritual thing that led us here. And then probably right about the time that I was thinking about taking that other job, the house sold, a couple things clicked into place, and where you calmed down a little bit. And then, July happened and it was hard, but just, a lot of, I mean, most of what I would look back on would be pretty positive. I mean, the whole negative part for me would be really a couple of years, really, that were rough. I mean, there were a couple of years that were pretty damn bad, if I'm honest. I mean, it was pretty nasty, but that happens to everybody. I mean, I think people, I'm always laugh at people when they'll post things like he hates Oxford or whatever. I do not. I love Oxford. Oxford's a great place. It's a fantastic place to raise kids.
It's like when Neal says he's like kind of a hermit at times. That's not an Oxford problem. That's a Neal thing.
Yeah, that's a me
That's
thing.
not a town situation.
I mean, I could live in Chicago,
and he's like a social butterfly now with the empty nest. I mean, he's out all the time. It's like he's having beers. I mean, like,
he just had a weird.
He told me he's going to run for alderman if they let him in the district. Like, right. I don't know. It's all kind of stuff going on.
We just had a weird couple of years, and then right about the time that ended, the pandemic hit, and I made some enemies in this town with my anti-mask stuff. I did, and that's okay. It was worth it. I also, there are a lot of young people that still to this day, I guess it's stopping now because they're all gone, but there were young people who would thank me for what I said on social media about the mask and stuff. There were young people that didn't have a voice who were very appreciative of someone being willing to stand up for kids and go, this is stupid.
And I appreciate that too, because I was one of those college kids. That's actually, believe it or not, Neal, that's actually how I ended up finding out who you were. I was a junior at Ole Miss when the pandemic really hit, and good God in heaven, it was horrible. Just, everybody was telling you to do this, and I just didn't want to do it. And I saw one of your posts on social media, and this guy's somebody I can get.
I'm listening to you. I was laughing at Ginger's post in the stream. She said that Carson asked for a Mississippi State flag, a state of Mississippi flag. There you go. Whoops. See? Well, hey, Austin, I appreciate the call very much.
Hey, you did.
Go ahead.
No problem.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What you got?
Oh, I was just going to say, I appreciate it. And one last thing I'll say before I go. Chase, can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Got you. Sorry. I just wanted to say, man, about the whole baseball announcing thing. Let me ask you a serious question. If we can get this down, Is there any way that we can get Neal to be like the dude on the field that's reporting, or like color guy? Like, is there any way that you can make that happen once you got in?
You're probably pushing a little too
he
far
probably.
now.
I mean, we'd have to really get ingrained here where they could go, screw it, it's yours for the day. Do whatever you want. It's UNA at 11 a.m. Nobody's watching anyway. Go ahead.
You think I could call Taylor McGregor and get some tips?
You could. Yeah, 100%.
Hey, Taylor, what do we do here?
Yeah.
How's this work? Hey, Taylor, I'm about to ask you a question you never thought I'd ask. Hey, thanks you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Hold on, a call real quick. Snoop saying, it's always a treat seeing Neal at a bar. I never want to say anything, so I just whisper to my wife, there he is. That's not creepy at all, but thanks, Snoop. I put this on a board a minute ago. Ole Miss executives met with Aflac Insurance for hours today on the Lyceum side and the athletics side. I've been told by multiple people that there's some optimism a deal gets done. The level that the deal is not known. There was a menu of items discussed going all the way up to potential on-field logo for Vaught Hemingway. That's kind of the high point. If jersey patches ever become a thing and legal, that's a possibility. But there's a full menu with smaller but still significant items that would help Ole Miss a lot of ways as well. So Aflac executives, they were in Oxford today for, I think, about 6 hours of meeting, something along those lines. So just be aware from that as we move forward. No decision today, but I have been told by multiple people that things went well and that there is some optimism. Look, part of the problem with the on-field logo thing is just when you don't have a place, and we experience this on our podcast network, when you don't have a place that is completely local to you, they worry about reaction with everybody else.
Yep.
Now, with Aflac is that they're so big that they just choose somebody and it doesn't necessarily matter. That's different than maybe a Mississippi company that's trying to do Ole Miss and State and Southern and everybody.
Yeah.
And see where that goes. But yeah, Aflac was in town. They are interested in some level of partnership with Ole Miss, and we will see. This all came about probably not a coincidence that their headquarters is in Columbus, Georgia, which is where another Ole Miss related company is outfitted as well. So yeah. Anyway, that's what we got here as of right now.
Hey, caller, who do we have?
It's Neal.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. So, first of all, let me say this. You guys have done an amazing job with the programming. It has really been impressive what you've done, stepping out there, taking all the digital stuff to the next level. It is super, super impressive. So kudos to that.
Thank you.
So here's my question is, you're the hand raised guy and you get to place yourself in any room. What room are you going to?
Like ever?
It could be politics. Yeah, ever. You want to be the hand raised guy and go, hey, let's
we're stopping
that
something.
Decision.
Because that's a different answer.
This is to stop something from happening?
Or take your pick. I don't care.
That's two different answers. Because
things.
When you're talking about like just what room you want to be in, like so many 1770s kind of thing came in my head where I'm like, I got a lot of them. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Stopping something though, we are the hand raised guy. You could take that pretty far too.
I would love to have been the hand raised guy that stopped Vietnam from escalating. I'm always struck every time that I go to that monument and you read those names of men that died that were basically my parents' age, that I think died completely uselessly. I mean, there was no purpose. It was just waste. That might be where I'd start. I mean, that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, just young guys gunned down at 19, 20 in some jungle in Asia for purposes that still can't be defined today. That's probably
right.
That's way up there. I mean, my dad almost, I've heard the story. I mean, he almost got activated and basically was getting ready, and somehow was able to avoid it. Got in the guard in the state of Alabama. But I mean, you think about how many young lives were just completely cut down and how many families lost sons and just pointlessly. So that'd probably be the one that initially comes to mind. I'm sure I'd think of something else if I stopped and thought about it.
Yeah. How about you, Chase?
I mean, you have to be in one room. Can you actually stop something? I don't know. I was thinking, kind of like what Neal's talking about. My head went around Holocaust stuff. Wars.
Yeah.
Those are where my head went. But I tried to think of it as more of a positive thing of just how cool it would be to be in certain places at certain times.
My sports one would be, hey, I would have been in the office with Larry Himes when they were like deciding to negotiate with Greg Maddux, and I would have said, just give him what he wants.
Is that really your one?
My sports
what
one?
You would have changed?
Just give Greg Maddux all of his money. All those nights, every fifth day when he pitched for the Braves, that sort of sucked as a Cubs fan, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Back to our earlier thing. Hey, Nick, Drew's shoulder's okay. Trust me. It's going to be all right.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool.
There's some people in Miami that are like, yeah.
There's some bullets left in that gun.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Wow.
Last thing, I'll hang up and I'll get off. Just the trajectory of where Ole Miss is versus Arkansas during the hiring of Lane Kiffin. Like if Lane ends up in Fayetteville, Ole Miss ends up with Drinkwitz or whoever.
Yeah, it would have been Drinkwitz.
I'll hang up and get off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it would have been Elijah Drinkwitz. I do. I believe that.
Kind of watching what I've watched.
And they kept that so quiet. Thought we missed something all week, and that was it.
That was it.
It was Drinkwitz.
I think Lane would have won at Arkansas. I think Lane would have won anywhere. I don't know what the exact trajectory would look like because you're getting into a complete alternate universe, but I think he probably would have won there, especially given the fact that the way that everything went down with portal and the transfer portal and all of that stuff, he probably would have gotten ahead of it there the way that he got ahead of it here. And they'd probably be in a pretty good spot right now. That's my guess. Now, he might have left Arkansas to go to Auburn. I don't know, would his family have Would his family have gone to Northwest Arkansas and embraced it the way they did Oxford? I don't know. There's no way to you can. My guess is probably.
Snoop says HRG Seahawks offense headset on the goal line. We really shouldn't throw it here, guys. Now, I've read chapters of a book that deep dove into that. He actually did the correct statistical thing.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll did the right thing.
He made the right call.
Yeah. It didn't work.
Yeah.
And it got hammered, but I have done more reading than I meant to on that.
And
he did the right thing.
New England had worked on that very defense. And in practice, it was a touchdown.
Yeah. So.
Hey, caller, who do we have?
Hey, this is Jeremy from South Haven. How you guys doing?
Hey, good, Jeremy. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Just made it back in town for my commute from Memphis, so feeling pretty good to be back in town. I appreciate you guys. Been listening to y'all for 10 years at least. Feel like it's been around that number, and just look forward to hearing you guys every day. And
thank you.
I feel like so much of y'all's take on the sports world has shaped over the last 10 years my view on sports, and have a more realistic view of things. And I think now that I'm 34, I was about 24 when I would have started listening to you guys. So I feel like a big chunk of my life has been spent listening to y'all. So appreciate y'all's take on things and y'all's transparency, and just very much look forward. But I had a quick question. So what level of celebrity would somebody have for y'all to feel starstruck kind of being around them? I feel like in y'all's profession, being around different people that I'd probably consider a level of celebrity that y'all probably don't, just because y'all work in that field. What level of celebrity would somebody have to be at for y'all to, I guess, kind of feel starstruck in the moment and maybe wonder, hey, should I just say something to them or should I back off?
It's no sports person, I don't think, that exists. We're around way too many of them, and know it's way too much sausage is made. There's probably some actors or actresses.
Is there anyone at all in the sports world that you would be starstruck by? I know, I'm trying to think.
I don't know. That's one where I'm really, because I'm trying to think of even throw out some options and me go, maybe, and I'm having a hard time coming up with. Now, there are tons of people I'd love to meet and have a conversation with and
Sure.
be very engaged and excited.
Sure.
But I feel like that's a different question than simply starstruck.
Yeah.
I'm sports world. I don't know. I'm having a hard time with that one. I really am. But yeah, no, I think there are celebrities that I would at least have some level of starstruck to.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I would be starstruck by Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I mean, you would. I mean, he's
Yeah.
a movie star. Like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Just you're around coaches and
for
stuff.
sure.
Like people put coaches on pedestals, and I understand. I mean, when I was a kid, I did too. But like now, I don't think of coaches in that regard. Like, I don't think of them in a negative way or anything. But like, they're just people. I mean, I totally see them as humans.
There was a year where Tiger Woods would have counted. Yeah. There was a year where Tiger
He
would
might still kind of
yeah, like that might be the one. It's a great pull, Mac Attack. That might.
I mean, I would be like, if you're like, hey,
You're
you
like,
get
oh.
to sit down with Tiger Woods, I'd be like, okay, well, I gotta really prepare for this.
We got to lock in a little.
I gotta think. Yeah.
Yeah, like Jeter doesn't do it for me. Like some people said Jeter. That one doesn't do it for me. But maybe. Yeah.
No, that's cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I think
you never know, like guys that are around the things that y'all are around, like what does it for people? Like I remember growing up, like as a kid, I wanted to be a chef and go to culinary school, and ended up not doing that. But we were walking in New York one day, and Bobby Flay was walking with some people, and I just kind of said, "What's up, Bobby?" And my family laughed at me, and they were like, "Really? Of all the things you could have said, you just said, 'What's up, Bobby?'" And I'm like, "I don't want to bother the guy," but it was cool.
Yeah, no, you're fine. That's fine.
I might even be a little starstruck by Bobby Flay.
Neal's a big Food Network guy now. I mean,
I like Bobby Flay. I would love.
Is that the number one food person?
No, I would love to sit. If you told me I could have someone on the podcast,
yeah, who is it?
Guy Fieri.
You are really into Guy Fieri.
That'd be fun.
He's a great dude.
Okay.
I think we would have
that would be awesome.
I think if I could, once I kind of got over the nervousness of it, I think we'd have a great conversation. Big basketball guy. He's very much a humanitarian.
Okay.
Interesting. His story is fascinating. And there's so many people in the food world who hate him. That makes me really intrigued.
Because he's so
like he's
celebrity
fraud.
out there, the whole deal.
He wasn't classically taught, etc. Because like some of the people in the food world,
I love that answer. I think he'd be fun to talk to.
Some of the people in the food world are really snobby.
Oh God!
I mean, like way off the charts snobby.
Yeah, I mean they make baseball writers look great, look normal.
That's a great example. Like Major League Baseball writers, for the most part, are the most obnoxious.
They are the
people on the face of
worst
the planet.
media entity from an obnoxiousness
horrible
standpoint. They are.
And there are a few of them that are really nice, but man, there's a bunch of them that are just like
they suck.
God, you suck.
Yes. And chefs are way worse.
That's awesome.
Way worse.
Yeah, have y'all watched The Bear? Like, I just see the intent. I mean, I've watched chef shows a lot of my adult years, and you just see the intensity behind it, and just the creativity and just the ownership over your dishes and just the perfection.
Have you tired on the show?
It. I mean,
I'm kind of tired of it.
So
I'm still running through it, but my level of interest is
Yeah.
so far down.
I'm going to admit here, Jeremy, I watched the first 2 seasons of it, and I started season 3, and it was torture, and I haven't ever gone back.
Yeah.
I like the optimism that season 1 ended with. I'm in the middle of season 2 right now, and I was thinking, man, they're turning over a leaf and all this stuff. And
they get really pleased with themselves from the artistic shooting, cinematography way that just loses me. I'm like, just get on with the story.
Yeah.
Like, we just kind of get into a room and start yelling for a while, and I'm like, okay. And the episodes are short, so you're aware of the lost time, too. It's like part of it for me is that it's one thing if I have an hour, and I'm like, okay, do all this, then we'll get to something. But you kind of look up and go, oh, shit, it's over. And then we're on to the next one. Like, I'm still sort of hate watching it right now. It's not bad, but it stopped short of getting into any kind of the pantheon of shows that I would put into a different tier for me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm by myself, but that's where I'm at.
I think I'm gonna push through it. I mean, it gives me enough laughs and I guess enough satisfaction from it, even with the short episodes and a lot of the stuff you feel like you're missing out on. But I appreciate you guys' time. I look forward to hearing y'all's content continue, and I'll be here listening.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that very, very much.
Yeah, I figure a ton of people in the world would want that. Jason says, I'd love to sit for an hour without cameras with Trump. That's definitely one. Snoop says the no cut episode in season 1 and 7 season 1 and 7 Bitches is incredible. No. That episode was fantastic. There's no doubt about that. That was a great episode. They've had great episodes, but just from an overall season and whatnot, I can't seem to get behind it. It just doesn't. It doesn't work. So, what else we got in the stream? Yeah, I saw a guy on Rogan, and I have not listened to that yet. I've even put it on my Spotify list to go to my watch to listen to, but I've not done it. Austin asking about Messi. Yeah, no soccer player would do it. I'm just not into it. Yeah, just not my sport. So it's nothing about him, but not a thing. Did you get it figured out?
I think so.
Okay.
It's one of those days that parts of the train were going to wreck no matter what.
Yeah.
So I was being scolded.
The message board says Alabama could hire Urban Meyer. I mean, that would be something.
He's too old.
He is. They have a problem.
It's a hard job.
See on the board, Sam's Town, speaking of other Tunica Casino, is closing. We got done with the show the other day, and Romero texted me and said, I'm not doxing him, he doesn't care, that West Memphis opening casinos is what has killed Tunica, that they are nice and clean and easy to get to from downtown, and that has they already were struggling in a lot of different ways, but that's taken the extra bite out of that situation. So
Austin had a super chat earlier, Chase. He wants to know, he heard you mention the Enneagram on the show. He says he'd highly recommend you look up the satanic origin of that.
I saw him, and I will Google it later, but I haven't. Yeah, I've even read a book on the Enneagram, and I was not aware of that. So I will check that out, Austin, here in a bit. I had no. You telling me that was the first thing I have seen about that anywhere. Not disagreeing, just saying I have not looked that up, but I will put that specific key in something and check it out, because that's interesting, because I have preferred it to really any other personality test, because it doesn't focus on what you do, it focuses on why you do it, and those are two completely different things.
I don't think I've ever done it.
Your motivations behind it, not doing it, and it's a different wheel. Yeah, exactly, Gregor.
I mean, that might explain why you're not getting the baseball gig right now. I don't know.
Oh, gosh. Are there only like 3 casinos left in Tunica? Is it 2? It said 6 on Visit Mississippi, I guess.
It's not my area of expertise here at all. I don't think I've ever been there. I mean, I've passed by it on the way. Just not a casino person at all.
You haven't been at all?
Mm-mm. Nope.
You want to go before they close down?
No, I'm good.
Do some videos or something?
I mean,
go play the penny slots?
That might be funny, but
I always laugh at the Vegas Vacation one where they do all the games of chance. It's like flipping coins. It's the casino where they just do the flip coins and all the different like random ass games.
Yeah.
There's rock, paper, scissors. There's all that stuff in there. Like that one sucks, but it's underrated. Like it's very watchable. Yeah, where I'm like, hey, I'm okay.
It's very watchable.
Mr. Papa Giorgio, good to see you.
That's the craziest part about that whole thing is you can still to this day, like someone could drop Christmas Vacation on in September, and you stop and watch for half an hour. It's mindless, but it's great.
You mentioned something earlier, and we can come back after the call. Let them talk in a second, but. I was discussing this with somebody in the last week or two. I don't remember who it was. Why is it that maybe as Americans, but especially my generation, we don't know anything about the Vietnam War? Like, I'm a history guy, and I can give you a ton of World War II, more than I ever want to admit. Civil War, Revolutionary War, okay with World War I. We all think the War of 1812 doesn't exist, so somebody knows shit about that. But Vietnam War, nothing. Is a complete black hole in my mind. I know nothing. I mean, I understand the draft and everything, but beyond that, I
guess
got nothing.
I know a good bit about it because I literally took a course in college that was basically that war.
Okay.
And it was incredibly well taught. It was fascinating.
Okay.
And you know, my parents were born in 42, so that was
right there in
their world, you know. So I heard a lot about it. Hey, caller, who's this?
Hey guys, it's Vibin.
Hey, Vibin.
To counter, well, not counter, but to agree with Chase's point, I was born in '95. Chase, you were born in what, like the early '80s?
83.
Okay, yeah. So we were like technically the last of the millennials. I think the cutoff was like 95, 96. Our only introduction to Vietnam was one of the Call of Duty games.
I mean, it was that or movies. Yeah, I mean, I'm aware of Vietnam through Vietnam movies, and that's about it outside of researching some about the draft.
I grew up with a very conservative father, so he just always told me not that we won the war, but that it was totally justified getting involved in Vietnam. He's also someone that thinks JFK was a terrible president. So I'm just like, yeah, I don't know if you're unbiased on this, but
well, one of the most fascinating alternate histories would have one of the most fascinating alternate histories would have been, had Kennedy not been assassinated, would he have been reelected in '64? Because there's a lot of people historians who don't believe that was a slam dunk.
Who would he have been running against?
At the time, it was
what year?
60. It would have been. This was 63 when he was killed. Obviously, 64. Johnson ended up beating Goldwater,
yeah.
But there was another candidate that was beginning to gain steam at that point. I can't remember the name. I've read about it, and maybe it was Goldwater himself who would have had a shot. I mean, obviously, when Kennedy was killed, the nation rallied around Johnson, and so that was a no contest.
Well, my dad has always told me that the reason Kennedy was in Dallas around that time was because he was getting really worried he was going to get obliterated in the southern states. Like I said,
that's true.
I have not researched that enough.
No,
that's accurate.
That is absolutely accurate. He was campaigning a full year out, and knew that he had to win the South again to have a chance, and obviously, with all the stuff that was going on with the civil rights issue and all that stuff, that was not a sure thing. It was one of the reasons that even though he and Johnson did not care for one another, he was keeping Johnson on the ticket, was because Johnson gave him a better chance to carry Texas and some of the other southern states, that if he lost them, he had no chance.
The Republican primary voting was Goldwater 38%, Nelson Rockefeller 22%, Jim Rhodes 10%, Henry Cabot Lodge, John Burns, William Scranton, on down the list.
So I guess it was Goldwater that was the
Richard Nixon at 3%, by the way.
Yeah.
Oof.
Mm-hmm. It's 64. So
completely topic jumping here. I don't know if y'all were big on mixing sauces when you grill food. I don't know if that's a thing y'all like to do. I think I discovered a pretty gnarly one. Original Stubbs with hot and spicy Japanese barbecue.
I do like that hot and spicy Japanese barbecue sauce a lot. How did you get there, though? Why did we go, hey, let's just see?
So it was the other week, my buddy, he was like, hey, I'm going to grill some food if you want to come watch, Dart play in the preseason game tonight. So I went over there, and he was like, dude, I just got bored and started thinking about different sauces I could mix for this sausage I just bought, and it's very good. You don't do a lot of a Japanese sauce on the Stubbs. It's mostly the Stubbs. Okay. You do a little bit of a Japanese barbecue, and
who knew?
It doesn't have a huge kick, but it has a little bit of a kick. It's pretty good.
Okay. The more you know. I'll trust you on it, but I know I was not I was not aware of that. I like the stub stuff though. I do. It's good. So both those I have.
Were you talking about? You said Aflac and people from Ole Miss met today?
That is correct. Yes, for about 6 hours.
Okay, so I'm sure you've covered this before, but I've always been curious. So you and my older cousin are around the same age. He went to Ole Miss. I think he's worked at FedEx basically his entire adult life, lives outside of Memphis. Did we just never have a chance to get FedEx to jump on board for a corporate sponsorship due to the ties to Memphis? Or
yeah, I mean, I mentioned that if you're talking about something as significant as on-field logos, it's been very hard for any school in the country to get a person to go on-field logo unless their headquarters are in that town. Damn near impossible. I mean, Alabama got the Navy something today, some maritime something, but outside of most things, that just has not been a thing. If you look at the list of who's actually been putting things, it is absolutely in their headquarter space when you do that. Like Missouri has two, but there are two companies that are home in Columbia for them. I guess Kroger technically is in Cincinnati, not Lexington, but still it's right there, and it's it's a much larger corporate partnership than strictly an on-field logo.
Well, that's always been fascinating to me. I still don't know, and look, they might turn it on in football. I don't know how Arkansas isn't just getting whoever they want as far as recruiting.
Well, corporate dollars and NIL dollars are two totally different things.
Bingo.
Walmart and Tyson doesn't want to feed millions of dollars into the NIL space.
Yeah, they've been able to raise a lot of money from those companies for the university. For programs academically, facilities, but they haven't been able to the best of my knowledge, and I'm pretty sourced on this, for the most part, they've not been able to turn that into NIL dollars from a corporate standpoint. The corporate level has said that they don't really want to. Don't really want to go there.
Because the Walmart logo is on the field already, isn't it?
Yeah, Walmart
Tyson and
Tyson.
Walmart.
Yeah, and those are major donors, major donors to the U of A, but donors to the U of A and donors to the whatever their equivalent of the Grove Collective is are two different things completely.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Like they have one major donor, and I don't want to name it because I'm not 100% sure. They have one major donor who gives 100% of its money to men's basketball.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Now, is that because Pittman's there, or is he just a big basketball guy? Well, I don't want to ask that if you don't want to name it.
Just big basketball, loves basketball. It was one of the reasons that the Musselman thing got squirrely at the end because they'd kind of fallen out. But Calipari has repaired that relationship completely, and like they're full go. I guess full bore would be the best pun for basketball. And Kentucky has a similar situation. I mean, it's really one of the interesting things with intercollegiate athletics right now is that some of the biggest rivalries that you never hear about are on the same campus.
In the athletic departments.
Yeah, I mean, and so, and then you have decisions to make, right? You have decisions to make about, are you better off? And this isn't rhetorical. I mean, I if I were in the room, I'd be like, this is a worthy conversation. Are you better off just going 6-6, 7-5 in football and being nationally competitive year in and year out in basketball?
And everything else.
Or are you better off going, well, this basketball thing, it's really just 2 or 3 weeks a year. Let's pour it into football and sacrifice the other stuff that means a whole lot to our people. I don't know the answer to that. You mentioned Arkansas. They've got a lot of NIL money for basketball. They've got Chase would know this better than me, but I think they're pretty competitive at the top level in baseball. And in football, I mean, they're okay. They've got SEC money, but they don't, if you're $8 million behind other people, that's a lot. And in basketball, if you're $2 or $3 million behind, it can be kind of insurmountable.
The baseball money just shocks me in general because, like, I saw Jay Johnson today was given the largest college baseball contract in the country at LSU. It's $3 million plus. Between that and their NIL, I mean, think about that. LSU is spending $7-8 million just on salary and coaching, salary player and salary coach for baseball.
Yeah,
not counting
Which
assistants or anything else. What's that?
It's funny he brings that up because I heard for months before they went on that run to Omaha that I think what they're just going to do in baseball is they're going to be one of those few schools in the country that can just cherry pick the portal.
Well, they can to some extent.
Yeah.
Now, their first title was not as portal heavy as it gets credit for being. That was a ton of homegrown guys.
Yeah.
This last one,
it was
they
portal.
wouldn't have got dudes. Yeah.
It was portal. I mean, it really came down to probably LSU and Arkansas, right? And both of those teams were portal teams. Ole Miss was a portal. Ole Miss was a portal team.
They were.
Yeah, me and Neal talked about it. I think one time when I called in, this is essentially they did in football what Ole Miss did the previous offseason when it came to portal kids.
Yes, 100%. No, LSU.
They just went and were like, look, we're going for it.
Here are the issues. Fix them.
It's either happening. Yeah.
LSU 2025 football and Ole Miss 2024 football are very similar. I mean, I know that for fans that's got to be maddening, but it is the truth. Veteran quarterback.
No, it's 100% accurate.
And they went out and basically bought a defense.
And they both have potential first-round quarterbacks, and the biggest question mark is the offensive line in the run game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who does that sound like a year ago?
It's them.
Yeah. But, okay, last thing, and I'll hang up. Have y'all heard anything about someone getting hurt since yesterday for Ole Miss?
I mean,
well, the injury report last night did not suggest that.
Well, yeah, if it's on the injury report, then it's 100% legit.
I have not. I've heard some rumors this week about Daquan Wright, but I don't know them to be remotely true or not.
Okay, because the line in the past hour went from basically being at 9.5 to 10 all day to now it's down to 8.5, 8. So I don't know if just sharps are putting.
I don't think that's related to that. A tight end injury is not moving the line 1.5.
My guess is it's not a major injury. My guess is it's just people look at the history of this game. It's been close. They look at Ole Miss with a young quarterback making his first SEC start on the road, and they go 10 points is a lot of points. I mean, I think Ole Miss is winning this game by a lot. I do. But, that doesn't mean a damn thing. I mean, I can – if you told me – and I've said this for weeks. If you told me that one of these next 3 weeks is a learning curve loss for Ole Miss, I wouldn't be stunned. I think Ole Miss goes and wins these next 3 games. But, if you told me that they lost one of them because, new offensive line, young quarterback, had 3 turnovers and a couple of them got returned for TDs and you lose the game, am I just shocked? No. I've covered SEC football for a quarter century. I'm not shocked. I don't expect that. So I guess I'd be a little surprised, but I wouldn't be like, well, blow me down. At all. Would you?
No. And I always go back to this, and it's probably recency bias. Everyone forgets about this because that team went 11-2, but 2 years ago, before they had that big, thrilling LSU win, that team got punched in the mouth at Tulane, and then they got punked in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
And they were having locker room issues. Good God, I still think Micah Pettis is trying to fight a coach, but they kind of got punched in the mouth. I agree 100%. I don't feel comfortable if they just cruise the next 3 weeks of them beating LSU. I think they got to get punched and have a fourth quarter game where they
I do too.
Just need to finish it.
100%.
But I don't know. 100%. Football's weird like that, man.
No,
football's weird like that. But
I would guess if you told Lane, hey, you can as long as if you promised you weren't losing one of these games, if you told him one of these games is going to be a nail biter, I think he'd sign up. I would not want to go into an LSU game against the team that I saw Saturday night not battle tested. I'd be scared of that because LSU is battle tested. That Clemson game was a damn war. And I hate using that term. It's a stupid one, but you know what I mean.
They're going to be good. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
100%.
They're solid, and they're an older team too. I mean, they've got, there's a lot of similarities to Ole Miss a year ago. Lots.
Yeah. Well, all right. I'll let y'all go. I appreciate y'all taking the call. Y'all have a good weekend.
You too.
Thanks, Bobbin. What were you going to ask me earlier? I know.
Well, I asked you about Vietnam. I don't know. Was that not what it was?
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I to wrap the point, I mean, I think a lot of our first visual about that maybe even came from like Full Metal Jacket, like the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Which is two completely different movies at the halfway point. You get like the basic training, like Arlie Emery, like all the vulgarity and cussing and kind of funny, and then you get the war.
Hey, who do we have?
Hey, it's Mac Attack. You got me?
Yeah, we got you.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Sorry, I'm fighting the lag. Hey, I won't stay on long. I want to shoot an Oxford question at you. At what point does the city take a look at how they do infrastructure changes and move from the front end of a fiscal year to the back end of a fiscal year to start figuring out this road traffic going into the new school year? I'm going to leave that one with you. We'll talk local politics for a few seconds and then go back to the real world. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, Chase. What do you think, Chase? Ladies and gentlemen, Chase Parham.
Some of it is predicated on simply when the MDOT can do things. I mean, in all seriousness, like that. Yeah. I mean, I can make jokes, but there is some truth to that. I am glad they're at least getting this university nightmare done a little ahead of schedule because it's been awful. It's been worse than maybe I even thought it was going to be, and I knew, whoa, this is going to be a real problem. Because it's lasted 12 months, but somehow it's basically hit 2 football seasons the way it's been done. They're ahead of schedule, but from when they started, it hit 2 starts of school and 2 football seasons.
I mean, Arkansas comes here next weekend.
They do.
I know the football standpoint, the LSU game's the bigger game. The Arkansas and Ole Miss are really similar schools, and the 2 schools have a lot of people who know each other. It's going to be a giant party in this town next weekend, and I just don't know that the traffic's ready for it. That's my only observation.
Not so much.
There are a lot of people that have connections to both schools. Lots. I know from a football standpoint, it's not as big of a game as the LSU game is going to be, and therefore it won't be quite as crazy, but it's going to be plenty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of Arkansas people that will come for the party.
Next week will be no better time than maybe take advantage of that whole chicory market. Just go out on North Lamar and avoid everything because
I'm being hyperbolic when I say this, but half of their campus is coming.
Well, I mean, and they're coming early because
they're coming Thursday.
I was pulling strings. I was having a hard time to get a dinner reservation for Thursday night.
Yeah.
I was having to go deep in my bag to get a reservation for Thursday night.
Campbell got something for Thursday midday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I was politicking today to try to get a Thursday night deal.
I always laugh when the sports fans people. And I swear to God, I'm not making fun, but they hate them, and I get it. It's fine, whatever. But like the 2 schools are really, there's a lot of similarities, and so all those kids are coming, and recent alums and stuff, tons. And they're only coming to party because they don't expect to come and win the game. LSU's coming to win the game. You know what I mean? I mean, the Arkansas, I'm not talking about their street fans. I'm talking about like students and stuff.
Yeah.
They're like,
that are just here for the party.
We're here to party.
Yeah.
If the Hogs happen to play well, so be it. But yeah, that's not what they're coming for. Hey, who do we have?
Hey guys, David from Madison.
Hey, David.
I had two things I want to pick your brain on. The first one is, as a long-suffering Ole Miss fan, I'm going to ask you this question. Is the Kentucky loss last year the most significant and worst loss in Ole Miss athletics history?
I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
But there were no guarantees on 4th and 25 that we went to the playoffs. If we beat Kentucky, we were in the playoffs.
Well, I mean, yes and no. It was the 4th week of the – I mean, you probably were, but you're kind of doing the same thing a little bit. Is the pressure different in the Georgia game? If you like, I'm not going to argue, and I'm just saying we can't necessarily act like week 4 would have the exact same results the rest of the way. I could actually make the argument that if you beat Kentucky, you might go undefeated.
Yeah.
I would be more tempted to go the other way, where if you beat Kentucky, you don't lose the other 2 games, or at least not both of them. And I think I do believe that. Okay. I think they at least beat Florida if they beat Kentucky. I get it was a weird game. I understand all the stuff. But Matt, maybe I'm making your point. I mean, your point is if you get in the playoff, is that the most significant thing in Ole Miss athletics history?
Yes.
That's your argument.
Modern history.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not going to say it's the Ole Miss LSU game from 58 and you win the 58 national title.
That's where you can't compare eras. So you just say modern history.
Yeah. And the answer is probably yes.
That's like Neal talking about Maddox versus Koufax. There's no comparing.
Yeah, there's no way to do it, right?
Right. Well, the other question I had for you, Neal, I've been fascinated by this offensive line talk that you've been talking about the last couple of weeks about how it's really kind of a lost art form and it's not getting any better. Do you think in 5 years, like the best top 5 offensive tackles, left tackles in college football are making more than a lot of the quarterbacks?
Probably not the quarterbacks, but it's the very next.
I guess depending on who the quarterback is, you may pay more for the left tackle if they're really good.
I mean, maybe. I mean, if you don't have a good quarterback, you don't have a chance. It
doesn't even matter.
I mean, you can scheme your way around an offensive line. It's complicated, but you can do it. If you don't have the quarterback, it's hopeless. You're not winning big without a quarterback.
Well, Eli Manning raises his hand when he says you can scheme around a not so great offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, but that team had Chris Spencer was an NFL lineman.
Yeah,
it's actually a pretty good offensive line. I mean,
their problem, as much as everybody hypes up some of the guys, they really didn't.
It was skill positions.
They really just didn't have receivers.
He didn't have the guys to throw to.
And he didn't have an elite running back behind him.
It's when you're doing the talent stuff and you're going, hey, what would Eli been like? I mean, had you given him some of these receiver cores that they've had over the last 10 years, it's been cooking with gas.
It's what Ernie Accorsi saw that day.
Yeah.
It's what he wrote down that day. He's like, this guy by himself.
Chris had great stats and is a heck of a dude, but he was limited compared to the guy. A.J. Brown wasn't out there on that field.
No.
I mean, you're talking different levels of guys.
Ernie Accorsi was like, if I ever get this guy around talent like, the type of NFL receivers that you get when you play in the NFL, he's like, this guy's going to be a Super Bowl winner. And he was.
Can you imagine him with AJ and DK?
No, it would have
been different.
He would have.
We may be talking about him as having a Joe Burrow type season.
Well, he would have won.
He would have won the Heisman.
He would have won the Heisman for sure. Practically did.
Well, that's it, guys. Just wanted to chime in with those two things. Hope y'all have a great weekend and enjoy everything you do for us.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Yeah, he would have. You given him a couple of weapons, he would have won the Heisman. Frankly, if they'd just been a little better on defense, they would have won the Heisman. He would have won the Heisman.
Austin, is this a stupid question, but just making the playoff bigger than a College World Series title?
Yeah.
Locally, no. Nationally, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the answer. I mean, if I'm Ole Miss and I know I'm losing in the first round of the playoffs, no, I do not trade that.
Right.
But nationally, of course. I mean, because it's football. Football wins.
1,000,000%. Hey, who do we have? Thought we had him.
I mean, look, this is nowhere near the same thing. The answer is the answer. This is a second-tier answer. Second tier. I'd love to know the basketball team, had they either beaten Valpo or LaSalle. both those brackets had opened up, could they have made a run in the Final Four? I don't know.
I don't think I'm speaking out of school when I say this. I think Andy believes if they had beaten LaSalle, they were going to the Final Four.
Yeah.
You'll never know, right?
He thought they were going to go to the Staples Center and win 2 games.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, who do we have?
Hey, Neal. Hey, Chase. This is Mark in Columbus.
Hey,
long
Mark.
Time. Been a long time.
Hey, big win over the Qs, man.
Yeah, okay. That's fine.
No, it was a big
Happy
win.
that
I
they won
watched.
the
It
game.
was a big win. It was a big win.
Defense was good.
Well, Aguilar was fine, but like
I thought Joey was terrific, man.
that defense.
Got my hat on right now, ready to go. HovieDryGoods.com. They got great Tennessee stuff, just like this one right here. Go Vols. Let's do this. Let's talk about it. Here we go.
Rocky Top.
Rocky Top, Tennessee.
If they don't play defensively, if they're not better, like they're going to get demolished in the 4 games that matter. And it's a 4-game season. You got to get a split. You got to get a split. And he was fine, but everyone annihilated that Syracuse defense last year. So I'm just not putting a ton of stock into it. Like, we dominated him so much on the lines of scrimmage that it was kind of hard to tell.
Nico sucked against Utah. Sucked.
But that offensive line they've got is just absolutely tragic. And I think Utah's the clear favorite to win the Pac-12 or the Big 12. And this Nico's dad probably should be arrested for what he's doing to his son's career. Like, honestly,
I do.
That's not wrong.
I do agree with that part for sure.
That was nothing more than a money grab gone bad, and it's really sad. Like, I feel, but the patriarchy in that culture is just so strong that, I just hope one day he can get out from his dad's thumb, out from under his dad's thumb. And keep in mind, he's like an 18, 19, 20-year-old kid who's the sole breadwinner for a family of 8, 9, 10 people. Like, it's just, I feel for him. Like, some Tennessee fans are relishing it, and I'm not. I just think it's a sad situation all around. The only 2 people that made out well in this deal are Aguilar and Merklinger because they got paid. Like, more than they were ever going to get.
I like the corduroy.
Help me out here. Like, I don't get this number. Like I don't understand. Okay, I have Ole Miss like minus 17.5 on a neutral over Kentucky. Why is this 10.5 and already dropped to 8.5?
I don't know. I'm laying them.
Here?
I'm laying them. I'd lay 17. I mean, I think Ole Miss is going to blow them out. I don't know why I think that. I just do.
I have this 17.5 on a neutral, and I think I'm probably short because I think I don't have Kentucky rated low enough. I have Kentucky below Mississippi State. They're bad.
I think you're right. I think there's a real chance Kentucky by the end of the season is the worst team in the SEC.
This is an absolute kill job Saturday. Like, I don't.
Lane's got it circled.
It's been close the last couple of years.
Lane's got it circled for sure.
For whatever that means.
Yeah, I don't get this. I don't get this number at all. Like, and it's dropping. Like, I'll go down with the ship, but whatever. This is 3 touchdowns plus. Anyways, how y'all been?
Oh, we're good. Just wrapping up a week of podcasts, getting ready to head to Lexington tomorrow.
Are you driving or flying?
I'm flying.
Are you? Okay. You've been there a bunch. Got your dinner spots all set up.
Got dinner reservations tomorrow at Carson's on Main.
Yeah, that's the spot.
And then Saturdays, I didn't make
the time is hard to guarantee on Saturday.
Saturday, we'll just go see what we can find late. We'll find something.
Carson's is like when I drive from Knoxville to Columbus, I legit stop in Lexington to go eat at Carson's.
It's named one of the top 100 brunch restaurants in the country by Open Table from 2025.
How about that?
It was in our road report. Had you read
Neal,
that on the website back? Well, sorry, we published it before you got here. So
I wasn't there yet.
Was
I was working it on 3 at the time.
Sorry, you're right. I apologize. Yeah,
we're working for a publication. I can't remember what it's called.
The best donuts are at Spalding's Bakery, but yes, Carson's on Main with a really cool brunch menu.
Okay.
It is. It's
all right.
It's neat. I think we talked about it in our social media release today too. Yeah.
You're not gonna like it, but they got this cinnamon like fried ice cream deal that's just for dessert. That's
well, he would like it, Mark. That's not the answer.
8,000 about 8,000 calories for you, but my God,
calories don't count when you're on vacation. They don't count. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yes, Ginger's right.
Real
I will
good
absolutely find a bar on Saturday night. That will.
I mean, Neal, here's just for the brunch.
Okay.
Here's just the starter menu.
Okay.
Grilled brie, pretzel beer and cheese, spicy shrimp, pokey lettuce wraps, nachos with truffle potato chips and all kind of stuff.
I mean, so far, I'm in.
Seared ahi tuna, salmon bruschetta, sweet and spicy ribs, baked goat cheese, and Bernays truffle fries. Those are the apps.
That's strong.
Calories not listed on the menu.
No. No.
It's a good, like they got a Jeff Ruby's there too, steakhouse. That's a Cincinnati sort of chain, but very good.
Yeah.
But I think Carson's is, as far as all you get is better myself. But no, I don't get I don't know why this number. I can't figure out why this number's dropping. That's why I wanted to call. Like, is there any injury news or what? Because
we think it's just reputation, history.
I know it's like always close or whatever, but like,
I don't know what it is.
Am I wrong in saying that Simmons could legit be the best quarterback in the SEC by the end of the year?
Can I see one more game? I kind of want. I watched. I want to see one more game. I mean, I think Austin's really good, and I think there's a chance that's true. But I'd like to see. I'd like to see one or two more games before I get in that boat, because that team he played was bad, and they were really bad on defense on the back end, like completely undisciplined, not prepared for the tempo. Their communication was terrible. So I'd like to see a little more. I mean, I don't know that Austin, he's got an elite arm. He's really good. But I don't.
That's more than what I'm driving at. Like,
but I don't. I guess what I'm saying.
He just oozes talent.
He oozes talent. I just would like now. If you told me that he's the best quarterback in the SEC at the end of next year, I'd probably jump in that boat. But right now, I'd like to see a little more, because he's not gonna have receivers running that wide open against most any SEC team. I mean, I'd like to see a little more. I still think there's going to be some learning curve that has to happen.
Yeah. I actually watched, believe it or not, like the first college football I watched of the season was LSU Clemson game. I didn't even watch Texas Ohio State. I didn't watch Tennessee game live. I caught the 60-minute rewind they got. But when I've turned that game on because I had the over in that game laddered up to the moon, like all the way to 73.5. So Lane scoring that last second when I laid allowed me to win 2 bets. But I watched that kid play, and I'm like, man, all he's doing is out there flicking his wrist, and the ball's just getting there in a hurry.
Yeah, that's not the problem.
Like, I don't make this comparison.
No, he can spin it.
Like, it's like Michael Vick. Like, it looks like kind of like Michael Vick.
I mean, they compare him. They compare him to Tua. I mean, people around that are familiar with both guys compare him to Tua in terms of arm talent. And if you've ever watched Tua throw it when he was healthy, Tua can spin it now. I mean, that's not an issue for him.
What do you think about Tennessee giving Rick Barnes his lifetime contract?
I would give him whatever he wanted.
I mean, he already had one anyway, but
I mean, why not?
They were never going to fire him, but I
No,
thought it was kind of interesting.
I mean, who are you getting better than Rick Barnes? I mean, you're not getting anybody better.
Yeah,
You might get a handful of people that are just as good, but you're not getting anybody better.
No.
I mean, and the tournament stuff, man. I mean, the
look,
tournament stuff is a crapshoot. Like, you can just catch the wrong draw. And
look. 2 years ago, they got jobbed against Purdue.
Yep, I agree.
Okay. And last year, Houston was just better. What are you going to? You played 10 times, Houston wins 9 of them.
Yeah.
They swallowed up Ziegler, and they were they were in a shooting vacuum in the dome, and like they're just better.
Yeah,
that team was a minute away from winning the title.
The 2 best teams in the country played for the title last year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Houston was just better than them.
Todd used my money really well, and we got it done.
And this art stuff, like, guys, this overreaction to Arch Manning. Ohio State has the best back 7 in the country. I don't think they're as good on the defensive line as they were last year, but they've got the best back 7 in the country.
And Patricia.
With the best defensive player in the country. And Matt, I never thought I'd say this, but Matt Patricia's game plan was
great,
off the charts.
Yes.
Like, they're doing stuff out there that you don't see college teams do. And they've got a quarterback in the back end that can run it all, and Caleb Downs. He's the best defensive player in the country. And if that kid doesn't drop the ball on 3rd and 5, they might go down there and tie the game. Like, Arch is going to be fine.
I agree completely.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, that was like that was personal for some reason.
Because they don't like the kid that comes from means, and they think he's been handed everything because his last name is Manning.
And there might be some Manning fatigue out there a little bit, but yeah, that kid was treated unfairly in the social media sphere on Saturday. I thought it was ridiculous, but
yeah,
I get older, and I've got a kid basically that age, and it would be hard to watch your kid treated that way.
What? I'm gonna let you go with this one, but am I crazy? But I'm not sure the SEC is just head and shoulders above everybody else anymore.
I'm not sure
this new landscape. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure anybody's head and shoulders.
The parity is never before like this.
And it's they say it's because of the portal and NIL and the Big Ten's got these big alumni, but they're huge schools. They got these big alumni bases and all this money. But here's what it is, in my opinion. The difference between the Big Ten and the SEC was always on the defensive line. And Kirby and Nick would dash away, top 100 draft pick guys, and they're 3 deep. And now those kids aren't going to sit there and wait anymore. They're going to go somewhere else and play.
Yep.
That was always the big difference, is they had the biggest, more of the best defensive linemen.
Yeah.
And now they're not going to sit and wait.
No, you saw that last year. I mean,
opinion.
Ole Miss had a better defensive line than Georgia last year. You saw it on the field.
Yep. All right, guys. Have a good
Mark.
trip to Kentucky, Neal.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
I'll talk to you later.
Bye. We got to start winding this thing down. All right, we're gonna make this last call. Caller, go ahead.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good. Who's this?
This is Corey in Saltillo.
Hey Corey, what's up, man?
You guys exhausted yet?
Yeah,
getting there.
I think we're hitting the wall, and I
have a really early morning actually.
Yeah, and I've got a late night. I've got assignments.
Yeah.
Hey Neal, I was going to ask you real quick. So you're flying to Lexington. Is Laura, now that you guys are empty nesters, is she going to make the trip with you? Are you flying solo?
No, she's coming with me. First time she's coming with me on a work trip since LSU Auburn basketball in 2001.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome. I kind of picked up on some hints that you were kind of throwing there, being that you were flying. So that'll be cool. Hopefully she'll enjoy traveling and maybe get to shop some while you work. And,
that's
and
our
have fun.
that's our plan. I think her plan is to hit up some shops and stuff in Lexington during the day on Saturday.
Awesome. Chase, got a question for you, man. Your fingers have been working tonight. So, I mean, are we looking at a replacement for Nick Saban? And is he going to team up with Dion for the Aflac commercials? I mean, is that kind of what we're looking at?
Well, I told y'all, but I had to put the Aflac stuff on the board and social media, and I was answering questions about that while we were talking. So it's mostly been referring to that. But yeah, I was trying to make sure I got it everywhere it needed to go, and then been just mostly participating in the stream or either putting some links and stuff in. No, it's been work related, but there's nothing crazy breaking right now. We're good for sure.
All right, great. Real quick, I won't tie up the line because we all know we're waiting to hear from Grind so we can wrap the show up. Neal, I thoroughly enjoyed the Josh Hendrickson show yesterday afternoon.
Oh, thank you.
Excuse me. I actually shared it with one of my pastors of a local church, and we had some deep discussion about some of the things that you guys delved into. And so for any of the listeners tonight that haven't checked it out, highly recommend you check it out because there's some really good conversation and some really good thoughts that you guys shared. So just want to thank you for that. But Neal, I've leaned on you a little bit for some of the 17-year-old senior experiences that I'm going through. And so I've taken your advice, and we are visiting the University of Alabama.
Oh, good.
On Saturday.
Well, listen, you're going to see
I'm
that.
not so sure that's so good.
You're going to see that ULM helmet, and it's going to stir some stuff in you. Just try to remember, it's just football. You know, you're making a bigger decision than football, and you're going to see that ULM football team, and you're going to think, I just got to be a part of this. But calm down.
Yeah. Well, I don't expect it to be as bright and shiny and a lot of happy, smiling faces down there. And you've talked about it, and several other callers have talked about it. So, again, I'm not going to tie up the line. I lived in Columbus, Mississippi, actually specifically New Hope, Mississippi, for 3 years. And my wife worked in Tuscaloosa, so I feel like we have a little bit of a pulse on, what the fan base is like there. My wife actually got to work with Nick Saban on a couple occasions as a personal shopping assistant during Christmas. Every year he would come to a department store, and she got to serve as his personal assistant. But I've never been to a game. Chase, I had an opportunity to go with some guys from Amory and from Tupelo in 2015 when we had that major upset, and I regret not going, but I just didn't feel like making that trip. I think that game kicked off at like 8:15 at night.
It did.
It was super late.
We rode a bus back.
And I just did not want to be a part of that. So it's going to be my first time going to Tuscaloosa, and obviously I'm taking my 17-year-old and my wife. So we're looking forward to it. But Neal, you've expounded upon, okay, you have to be a part and live in the state of Alabama to fully understand exactly what is going on there. And so I'm not going to tie it up and Grind. I definitely want to hear from you, man, because you're down in Mobile, and I'm sure you're, rubbing elbows with people every day with a full meltdown. But just kind of give me and prep me a little bit, Neal, for what to expect going into Tuscaloosa. We're going to try to get there probably around 11, so that way maybe we can find a bar or a good place to eat and watch the Rebels play. And we'll certainly pick back up on the MPW postgame show on their drive back on Sunday. But you guys do an outstanding job. Always look forward to Hand Raised Guys. This is my favorite podcast of the week. I listen to everything you guys put out, but this one by far is my favorite. Thanks for all y'all do. I hope you get some rest tonight. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thanks, Corey. Thank you.
Yeah, you need to go to the quad, kind of walk around the campus. I think Alabama is a beautiful campus. Then, your daughter's probably going to want to see the sorority houses, especially after all the TikTok and Instagram stuff with Alabama Rush. And Bryant Denny's was a dump.
Great game day.
And now they made it awesome. We have a great game day, or at least they did last time I was there. So you'll have a fun trip. That'll be fun. And you should absolutely look at multiple schools.
I've got to go.
Yeah, I've got to go. Guys, we got to go. So I'm going to we got to kill it. Otherwise we'll go forever, and we both got stuff to do. A lot of programming up on the site. We'll have more content up on the site. between now and Saturday. I'll be in Lexington. Chase is having a watch party.
2:20 to 8 o'clock ish, something like that.
Yeah, they'll have a 10-minute break or so when the game ends. Come back, have the MPW Digital post-game show. I'll join from Kroger Field as soon as I get finished with my work. Have content up on the site. We'll have 10 weekend thoughts. The whole deal. We'll be back next week with another full week of podcast here on MPW Digital. Thanks to everyone who called in. Thanks to people at Comer and Southern for sponsoring this show each and every Thursday. Until Monday, have a great weekend. Be safe. Talk to you soon. Bye.